And a good evening. This is meteorologist Chris Smith here. Wanted to give you guys a quick update on the storms that are going to be moving through Northwest Florida late tonight into early on Monday morning. The time frame looks like it is going to be late tonight into early tomorrow morning, moving across Northwest Florida. As we look outside right now, we have a look at live Doppler radar, and you see this is a very wide-ranging storm system. It's going all the way all the way from the Great Lakes, stretching all the way down into the deep south. Look at this. We got snow on the backside, we got snow on the top side, and we got severe storms extending all the way down into parts of the deep south, including tornado watches. They're in effect until midnight tonight back into Louisiana. But you can still see we have quite a bit of real estate for those storms to get through. They're right now just barely into Louisiana and still into Texas. They're going to slide across the Gulf Coast as we head through the overnight tonight. Through midnight, that is where the tornado watch goes to. I expect it's probably going to be closer to probably 4 o'clock in the morning or so. Maybe the western panhandle could be a little bit earlier, but honestly, the models have continued to slow down the storm system. Remember just a couple days ago, we were looking at probably more of an overnight event, and now it's kind of inching its way more towards a morning event, like still early in the morning across our neck of the woods. So nothing's really changed as far as from earlier today. Let's go ahead and talk a little bit about where we have some of the stuff that's going on as far as the Storm Prediction Center and what we're looking at here with the threat of tornadoes. Well, this is the day one outlook. We have what is known as we'll zoom it in here. This is what's known as an enhanced risk of severe weather. That's the orange area. That's a level 3. The yellow area is a level 2 slight risk of severe weather. And you notice how we do have that tongue of enhanced severe weather risk across the I-10 and Highway 20 corridors. Most of our area has the yellow slight risk of severe weather. So a little bit more elevated there up towards Highway 20 and I-10 when it comes to the threat of severe weather. Now, in particular, as we look at what the threats are as far as tornadoes are concerned, we can see that that's into the yellow area right there. And I believe we can pixel query that. And that tells us that there is a 10% chance in that yellow area of seeing a tornado within 25 miles of where you are. So I know that there's a lot of folks with a lot of consternation, but you have to understand that while there is a risk of severe weather, the chances that any individual that would see, a tornado, there's a 1 in 10 chance within 25 miles of where you are. And think about a tornado. I mean, maybe a mile wide at the most. There's a lot of real estate out there. So, and there's a 1 in 10 chance that it's within 25 miles. So 25 miles this way, or this way. Again, a lot of real estate. So, everyone kind of deep breaths, but there is that risk of severe weather. The brown area, that is a 5% chance. And you see that extends along the coastline through Calhoun County. And then it drops off to a 2% chance as we move over towards places like over into Wakulla County, Tallahassee. You see Northern Bay counties in that 10% range up towards Fountain. But then it drops off to 5% as you make your way down toward the coastline. So, as far as, let's widen this out just a little bit, come back out to the southeast, and you see there is that risk of severe weather out to our west. Go National SPC Day 1. Okay. So, this enhanced risk of severe weather goes all the way up to the Midwest, stretches down the Mississippi River Valley through northern Mississippi, and all the way down here into Northwest Florida. So these showers and thunderstorms out to the west are moving into a slight risk of severe weather area, and then they will continue to move into our area where it might be a little bit more favorable for the risk of those severe storms tomorrow morning. But at least for the meantime, we are all quiet across Northwest Florida. Let's switch it back over to our local radar. And you can see we are rain-free across our area. As we look down into the central part of the state, you can see down towards the villages, They've had some pretty big thunderstorms near Jacksonville and down through Orlando. A lot of hail reports as well. You can see a ½ inch hail in diameter, a ½ inch, 9/10 of an inch of hail, 46-mile-an-hour wind gusts south of Orlando. They had 3/10 of an inch of hail. So again, not particularly big. They also had a wind gust of 54 miles per hour. So that's the way things are kind of shaping up, at least right now. Now, let's go ahead and talk a little bit about what's going to be happening with like the timing and everything of this severe weather. So again, as we talked about across our neck of the woods, we have that risk of severe weather, slight risk, and then you see the enhanced risk up across Highway 20 and I-10. In particular, when we talk about the threat of hail. Now, we're talking about a 5% chance, and it's mainly across the western part of the Panhandle that we'll see that risk of hail. So it's a very small risk of hail. It is a little bit higher when it comes to the wind threat. Now, Storm Prediction Center, again, has the higher wind threat located north of us. Our area is primarily under a 15% chance of seeing damaging wind within 25 miles of where you are. So a 15% chance. Not incredibly high, but that is our highest threat when it comes to whether it's tornadoes or whether it's damaging wind or hail. And then you see that tornado threat is not far behind it at a 10% chance in this yellow area and a 5% chance for the most part elsewhere. It does drop off to 2% as you get over towards Tallahassee, Sopchoppy, and down over into Apalachicola. Now, we can watch these storms as they move in. This is our exclusive lightning tracker product, and it shows these thunderstorms out to the west. And as they move into northwest Florida, it gives you an idea as to the intensity of the lightning that's going to be moving in. Now, according to our Barron model, this is at 4:30 in the morning, and it's showing the storms entering the western part of the Panhandle. These storms push across our area as we move through 8:30 in the morning, moving east of Bay County on over into Calhoun County, and then eventually east of Tallahassee through about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning, and then everything clears out as we head after that. Now, as far as the energy, there will be a good amount of energy to get these thunderstorms going later on tonight, and you can see that energy streaming in. Meanwhile, we're showing the 850 millibar winds, which are going to be stronger as you make your way farther to the north. And so we think there'll be a decent amount of storm energy to get some thunderstorms going, and the possibility exists out in front of the main line of showers and thunderstorms. We could see the potential for supercell thunderstorms to develop, and that brings us to this product here. I want to show you that as it moves through the overnight hours, and you see it's relatively weak, but it does show supercell potential as far as the chances of seeing rotating thunderstorms tonight into the morning hours. And then these storms make their way off towards the east. So again, there will be the potential for tornadoes with this system as we move overnight tonight. But again, the timing of all of this continues to kind of slow down. Now, my confidence in the timing is not very high, to be quite honest. But as we look over here, let me step out of the way so you guys get a little bit better look at it. You can see how our rain chances go from at 3 o'clock in the morning to 20%, all the way up to 80% by 5, and then it starts to drop off as we make our way through the mid-morning hours. Now, obviously, northwest Florida is a very large area, and so the storms are going to obviously impact Pensacola first, and you see those chances are highest as we make our way through 4 o'clock in the morning, and then they see through 5 o'clock in the morning, they're moving through Crestview, Walton County, starting to move into Washington County, and then those higher chances push east through 7 and 8 o'clock in the morning. And then there's that drier air mass that begins to move in as we make our way through the mid-morning hours. And by tomorrow night, nothing in the way of any rainfall. So let's talk about it hour by hour as we move through Monday. The timing of all of this, again, look over into the dark blue area. The western panhandle could be anywhere from about 2 to 5 o'clock in the morning as far as the time frame that we're looking at those showers and thunderstorms moving through the western part of the panhandle. Now, when we talk about the blue area, we'll call that the heart of the panhandle, and that extends like basically Walton County through Bay County up through Jackson, Holmes, and Washington counties. The time frame of that is going to be anywhere from about 3 to 6 o'clock in the morning. So again, it could be close to daybreak before the showers and thunderstorms even get into parts of the heart of northwest Florida. And then as we make our way through the mid-morning hours, we'll say, mid-morning hours, Bluntstown over through Liberty County, Tallahassee, again, those showers and thunderstorms are going to be a little bit slower to move off towards the east as we move through the morning hours. As far as specific times, we simply don't know quite yet what time exactly it's going to hit your community. So we'll know more as we get a little bit closer here and see this line develop. But we still have a ways to go. Again, the storms are just now entering Louisiana, and they have to make their way here. And the trend has been that they continue to slow down as far as what we've been looking over the past several model runs, that these storms are slower to move in across northwest Florida. So there you see, this is our Barron model, 9 o'clock tonight. There you see the storms out to the west this evening. They're moving through Louisiana and then racing off towards the east. You see, here we are at 5:30 in the morning. They're more towards Pensacola, Okaloosa County, moving through Bay and Jackson counties, maybe as late as 8:30 in the morning. And again, this is our Barron model as it moves off towards the east. So we have plenty of time to kind of watch this. And obviously, the later it gets, the better off we are, because we don't want to have this severe weather while a lot of us are sleeping. So again, the time frame of all of this does appear to be slowing down. And with those storms still into Louisiana, I think we're going to have it's going to be on the later side of things. High pressure builds in over the coming days. It's going to get cold on the backside of this. This is the HER model, and you can see these thunderstorms that it tries to develop out in front of the main line. These will be the ones that we're going to have to watch very carefully. And you notice the picture that it paints is a little bit different than the Barron model, so there isn't a ton of certainty when it comes to that. Now, then we look at those showers and thunderstorms. This line here starts to weaken, and the bulk of the activity pivots to this eastern part of the storm system. This is 8 o'clock in the morning, so this one here is a little bit more progressive than, say, what the Barron model was. So again, then the storms are exiting through Tallahassee through 10 o'clock in the morning. So again, this model, the HER, is a little bit faster than, say, the Barron model. The big story tomorrow will be the falling temperatures. We'll see those dropping off from the 60s into the 50s. So when you wake up, that will be the warmest it's going to be all day. Temperatures are only going to be getting colder, and it will feel awfully cold because the winds are really going to be blowing strongly out of the north. We'll see temperatures by Tuesday morning dropping down, freezing expected across the I-10 corridor, 30s along the coastline. And then we'll see again as you go county by county, Laurel Hill, Jay, Munson, right around freezing. This isn't going to be a hard freeze. It's going to be a very light freeze, but it is a freeze nonetheless. Along the coastline, it looks like temperatures are going to end up staying above freezing, probably in that 35 to 39 degree range. But as you move inland, we get Bayou George 34, 33 Youngstown, 34 Bozeman. So again, not necessarily freezing, but you're close enough that if you have sensitive plants that have already been put outside, I would take the precautions with them just in case. And then you'll see 30s to near 40 along the Barrier Islands, Cape San Blas, St. George Island, and then up towards the I-10 corridor Tuesday morning. Mid-30s expected as you make your way to the west through Mariana and Cottondale and over into Caryville. You're at 32 to 33 degrees on Tuesday morning. And it will be similarly cold as you wake up on Wednesday morning as well. So you get 2 mornings that you're going to end up seeing temperatures very close to freezing across our area. So as we look at rainfall totals, this isn't going to be a big rainfall producer. We're looking at anywhere from 1/10 to 1/2 inch of rainfall. Some spots could see 1/2 inch to maybe 1 inch of rainfall, but again, we don't think this is going to be a big drought buster or anything like that. So let's look real quickly. Let me go ahead and we'll look at, we'll throw up the 7-day forecast real quick, and then we'll go back and take another look at that storm timing. You'll see temperatures again Monday, falling temperatures all day. We'll see temperatures by Tuesday morning into the mid-30s, say across in coastal locations. Only 50s on Tuesday, but by Wednesday we're at 60, and we're pushing close to 70 by Thursday, Friday, and on into the weekend. Weekend ahead looks absolutely, absolutely fantastic. As we look at the forecast, let's see. Let me pull up. There, oh, there we go. Let me pull up your 7-day forecast for inland areas. You'll see the difference in that you're going to end up seeing those temperatures that are going to end up being near freezing up across, there we go. Okay. So we should see temperatures near freezing across inland areas, Highway 20, I-10, Tuesday and Wednesday morning. Highs only in the 50s Tuesday, near 60 Wednesday, 70 Thursday, and then we're about 80 Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So again, looking a good bit warmer there as we move on into the weekend. So again, it does look a whole lot better. Okay, so let's see here. I want to pull up, let's go back up here to the touch board, and this is our in-house Barron model. So notice where the showers and thunderstorms are on this at 9 o'clock tonight. It goes from northern Mississippi back into Louisiana. Now, the actual thunderstorms, let me pull up my Panhandle weather app. Goes from, right, well, we're at 8 o'clock, but it's about there, and then it goes kind of out to here. So the model's a little bit faster than where actual thunderstorms are, okay? So the actual thunderstorms are a little bit behind where the model is initializing. That'll be important because, again, if the model's already in front of where they actually are, then that tells you that, again, slowing. The process is slowing. Then we'll see through 5:30 in the morning, you'll see showers and thunderstorms developing out in front. Then we have our main front located back here. And there's your main line. Now notice, so this has it at 8:30 in the morning, and it's still moving through. Our area, and it's still got a ways to go. Let me zoom in here, and you guys will get another little bit better look at it. Okay, so this is. Okay. So this is 6:30 in the morning, and it moves through northern Walton over into Okaloosa County. So again, this is slower. There's 8:30 in the morning through Bay and Jackson counties. And so, you know, this is slower than what it was even earlier today. So here you go. This is entering the Western Panhandle 5:30. Through the heart, 8:30, and to the east by 10:30. So that's west 5:30, heart 8:30, east by 10:30. Okay? And then this is your HER model. This is the latest run of that. And this is the western part, like say 4, core 6, east kind of like 9. So you see that's a little bit faster. So 4 west, center 6, east say by about 9. So that kind of shows you, again, that's the uncertainty that we have as far as the timing and the computer models there, that there's still a good 2+ hours difference between what the Barron model is, which is a little bit slower, and what the HER model is, which is a little bit on the faster side. Now, I think the agreement is that yes, there will be a risk of severe weather. Yes, there's a risk of tornadoes. The biggest thing that I have the issue with right now is the timing of this, which continues to kind of slow down, which honestly isn't a bad thing. It's more problematic for decisions when it comes to schools. Now, most of our schools are already out. this week, although Washington, Holmes, Jackson, Calhoun, and Liberty do all still have school. And they have, Calhoun is closed, Jackson, Holmes, and Washington are on a 2-hour delay. And I talked to Liberty County earlier, and they are kind of in wait and see mode because of the uncertainty with the timing. So that's kind of the way where things stand. We want to remind you to download the Panhandle Weather app. It's free in the iTunes App Store as well as the Google Play Store. If the good thing is it will give you alerts when watches and warnings are issued. You'll get the notifications when we go live as well. So we appreciate you and the 21,000 people that have already downloaded the Panhandle Weather app. We certainly appreciate it. And go ahead and make sure to share when you get a chance. Share the streams whenever we go live to your social media pages. That helps the algorithm and let other people know what we're doing here at Panhandle Weather. So let's see here. Miss Kathleen, thank you for tuning in. Does the front slowing necessarily mean that the system will have, let me see if I can pull that up. See if I can see that a little bit better. It won't let me scroll down. Hold on. I can pull it up. Let me just go into the thread here and we can figure this out. Blountstown. Kathy from Ponce de Leon. Let's see. Hoping for no tornadoes. Lewis, yes, good evening. What time will it hit Mexico Beach? Specifics, I do not have a lot of confidence in the specifics of timing. Patricia in Wausau, thank you. Watching from Blountstown, Clarksville. Y'all are so great. Let me pull up here. That must have been a comment on my other page, on the Panhandle Weather page. Okay. Does the front slowing necessarily mean that the system will have more time to intensify? No. The speed of it, I don't think will have a whole lot to do with the intensity of it. I think what's going to happen is going to happen. It's just going to be kind of the timing of it. I.E. Fiddler, we appreciate you. Thank you. 6293 Fish, you're very welcome. Thelma, you're welcome. Good. I'm glad you'll sleep better. A lot of YouTubers tonight. Thank you very much. So, Foxtrot 95 area over in Calhoun County, that's right. So Calhoun County schools do not have school tomorrow. Let's see here. Kayla from Grand Ridge, excellent. How do you think Bidawee Beach is going to do as far as severe weather? As far as like into any individual locations, we simply honestly don't know. What we do know is as we make our way inland, there'll be a little bit higher risk of tornadoes as opposed to along the coastline. And I can pull this up here and you'll be able to see. That's your tornado threat. Again, this is highest up across the I-10 corridor and along Highway 20. That's going to be a 10% chance within 25 miles where you are. As you move to the coastline, it drops off a little bit, 5%. So if you're in the beaches or along the coast, you have a 5% chance of tornadoes within 25 miles of where you are. A little bit more likely to the north, and that extends up into Alabama as well. Now, when we talk about the risk of damaging wind, You're looking at the highest risk is located north. And if you look here, there's a 40 and 35. So you see what a difference it is with the risk of severe weather up into Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi. It's significantly higher. In some cases, 3 times the chance of what we're going to end up seeing as far as the chances here into Northwest Florida. And when we look at hail, you can see there's a little bit higher chance of hail. Actually, it's the same. It's about the same chance of hail up there as it is here, which is 5%. As far as the hail threat tomorrow, it does increase east of our area. So as we move into tomorrow morning, that risk of hail is a little bit higher to the east. The wind threat is about the same. And the tornado threat tomorrow is lower as you move farther to the east. But you can see there's a pretty high risk across the mid-Atlantic, 15%. So that's 5% higher than even our highest tornado threat up into the mid-Atlantic and parts of the mid-South. And look at their wind threat. It's even higher up there as well, with a 60% chance of seeing damaging wind across the mid-Atlantic and the East Coast. And there's that higher hail threat as well. But, for us here, that's your tornado threat, highest, Highway 20 and I-10, wind threat, and that's your hail threat. So hail is pretty small, wind is your highest threat, and tornadoes right behind that. But I will say that the tornado threat is a little bit more elevated than what we've seen over the past few severe weather events. So I just want y'all to be aware of that. And again, as far as the timing, it really looks like it's kind of going to be a little bit slower, which is, closer to daybreak that we'll end up seeing it. It's still in Louisiana tonight. So, I'm going to end up hitting the sack, and then, we're going to be, yes, Jolie, yeah, Ross is going to be super busy, and that's not to say we won't hear, but they definitely have a much higher chance up there in the Raleigh area than what we do here. So what the plan is Dana and I will, of course, get you through the storms. We really want y'all to help share this on social media, because that's how people find out about what we're doing. But I don't have any commercials to run, so we're just going to start when it moves into the Pensacola area, and we'll just watch it all the way across for you. And hopefully it's not bad. But, it could be sneaky bad, like the other day. I thought the severe weather the other day overperformed what I thought it was going to do, So hopefully this underperforms, and, we get through okay. But regardless, we'll get you through the storms. We got storm chasers out there tomorrow morning as well. Of course, we have the weather cameras. We can look... this evening, it was a beautiful evening tonight as we look out over downtown Panama City. You could definitely see that wind is starting to pick up. Camera's doing a little bit more of a shake, and it's going to be bouncing around a decent amount tomorrow for my friends up in Jackson County. Right now, as we look, this is looking up 71 and towards I-10, which is crossing over there. We'll flip it around to the west here, probably before bed, so we can be looking towards the thunderstorms. But, that's the way things stand right now. What you are going to notice, we'll see temperatures not changing a whole lot tonight. Thunderstorms again arriving tomorrow morning. I think probably on the earliest side, I think 3 o'clock towards the western panhandle, and then it could be as late as maybe 4 o'clock for them. And then coming through the heart of our area, 6, 7 o'clock, and then pushing east there by 8 o'clock. So that's the way things are kind of shaping up tonight. I think Dustin Whitehead, yes. Parish Tractor up there in Mariana. What did you get them all for? Oh, yeah, no, we still have to swap out the mount on the hospital camera because it shakes too much. We need a little more thickness on that pole. It's not thick enough, so we're going to take care of that. When we install the next round of cameras, we'll go ahead and fix that one as well. Oh, okay. Angela wants to know about the winds. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull up the wind forecast. I can pull that up for you. Okay, see that, Angela? So we're going to be in that, we'll say 10 to 15 tonight, and then probably 15 to 20 as the front approaches. And then as the front moves through, we're at, 15 to 20 plus for a good chunk of the day tomorrow. So again, it's going to be pretty windy. Trash can might be doing a little bit of moving. And you'll see the winds go southwest to northwest. Southwest to northwest. No, I don't think the heating is going to have any, heating won't be an issue. This is more dynamically driven, and the timing is still early enough that heating will not be an issue. That cold air is coming in on the backside. No. So anyway, that's the way things stand right now. We'll be here again to get you through the storms tonight. I'll send out a push notification when we start going live, and we'll just be here throughout. So again, make sure to subscribe, share, all that. We'll be on YouTube, Roku, the phone app, social media, Facebook. We'll be there as well. So, Facebook, YouTube, phone, Roku, all the good places there. But much more, yes. That would be true, Tyler. Much more conditional, but higher potential, yes. Definitely high potential with this, but not necessarily, it's not a guarantee, And to give you perspective, again, when you look at the risk of severe weather, in the big picture, it's not huge. I mean, it's not like there's a guarantee that you're going to see horrific weather where you are. The chances of seeing damaging wind is 15% within 25 miles of where you are, So, 15 miles or 15% within 25 miles. So 25 miles is a big distance, So again, it's not overly high. So everyone deep breaths, but there is a risk of severe weather. So just use common sense. And we'll be here to get you through it, of course, and let you know when everything is all clear. But I don't foresee us needing to push the panic button. And we'll watch this. And, the later it gets, the better, really, because more people are awake. And that's the worst thing about nighttime severe weather. And I think for a decent chunk of our area, it will be in that time frame that people are awake. Now, the Western Panhandle over towards Pensacola, Milton, that could be on the earlier side. But the way this has been trending is that it is a little bit later. So we're talking closer to daybreak and then through the mid-morning hours. Again, these storms are still out in Louisiana tonight, so they got a lot of real estate to get through before they get here. And the tornado watch in Louisiana expires at midnight. So, you start doing the math, and you're probably talking about, again, on the later side of the time frame that these storms are going to find their way into Northwest Florida. Daniel Harbin, do you need hot or cold air to get strong storms? You need a little bit of something for everybody. You need warm air, you need warm, moist air, so it's buoyant. You would want colder air aloft to help with bring the wind that's aloft, the higher winds aloft, down. So anyway, so it takes a bunch of ingredients. I tell the kids when I go to schools, it's like baking a cake. You need ingredients. You need eggs, flour, sugar, icing, water, oil. And if you leave out just one ingredient, it's not quite right. And that's where the difference is between big severe weather, okay severe weather, or no severe weather. You're missing, you put one egg instead of 2 eggs in your mix. Yeah, it might work, but it's just not quite right. Or if you skip the eggs, it's going to be a mess. So, and not turn out very right. That's the way weather is. It's basically, like baking a cake. What about supercells? Yes, that's what we're concerned about. Supercell thunderstorms will develop potentially out in front of the main line, and those would be the ones that would be concerned about rotating. As I talked about with the supercell index here, and this is with our Barron model. There we go. So you see how that threat comes through, and it's weak rotation, but there definitely is some rotation with these thunderstorms. And, so you don't look at these and say, oh, Northern Bay County is going to get hit or Mariana's going to get hit. Just be looking in general that you're seeing these shear swaths that indicate rotation, okay? Don't focus on exactly where they are, just that they're in Northwest Florida. And, and that's what's going to be, possible as far as the threat when these storms come through, or one of the threats. Again, hail is really low, tornadoes is a little bit higher. The highest is going to be wind damage. Elisa, there's no reason to be petrified. It's okay. We're going to be fine. We're going to, we'll watch it. We'll get you through it. But again, the overall chances that any individual sees the worst of the weather, damaging wind, a tornado, is very, very small in the big picture. It's just you want to make sure you have your plan and you want to be aware. That's really the main thing, is to be aware. And then when those thunderstorms do get, you're watching us, we'll tell you how bad it's going to be, where it's bad or whatever. And then you go to like your safe place. You shelter an interior room, hallway, bathroom, or closet, and your chances of being hurt, if you do those things, are just about zero. It's okay. We're all going to be fine. So what time are we going to be live? That all depends on when the storms move in. So what I'll do is I'll probably set the alarm starting at 2 o'clock and check it every hour to get an idea, see where the storms are. And then the general plan is that as they move into the Western Panhandle, that's when we start, and we'll follow them all the way over to Tallahassee. And y'all join in wherever you happen to be. And when you want to tune out, you can tune out. But that's kind of the general thinking. So I don't want to set a hard and fast time. We'll just do it when the weather matters. And so when those storms move into Pensacola, that's when we'll hop on. So anyway, that's where things are at right now. I'm going to go ahead and get ready for bed. But y'all have a nice evening. Again, hopefully you had a wonderful weekend. The weather was great, and we'll get through these storms together tomorrow. So y'all don't worry about that. Have a wonderful night. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for your support, and we will see you later.
Your piece of land demands the very best equipment. Kubota equipment. The #1 selling compact tractor in the U.S. with professional-grade mowers, versatile sidekick utility vehicles, and compact tractors that get it done right. All backed by unmatched dealer support. Talk to your dealer today to schedule a demo.
Hi, I'm Ryan Blaney, a third-generation race car driver, and we dedicate a lot of our time to going as fast as possible. But when my grandpa was diagnosed with Alzheimer's, it was a very unexpected bump in the road for us. It's important to notice if older family members are acting differently, experiencing problems with their memory, or having trouble with routine tasks. Early detection of Alzheimer's can give your family time to explore support services, make a plan for the future, and access available treatments. If you or your family are noticing changes, it could be Alzheimer's. Talk about seeing a doctor together.
Now, from your trusted team of meteorologists at Panhandle Weather, this is your evening forecast update.
Okay, here's what's happening weather-wise as far as the very latest on the storm threat across northwest Florida. We do expect a risk of severe weather late tonight into early on Monday morning. Falling temperatures over the course of the day all day on Monday, and most of us will probably be in the 50s for a good chunk of the day. And then we'll see a possibility of an inland freeze Tuesday and Wednesday morning, and then warmer weather for the end of the week. So by Thursday, we should begin the warm up in earnest. And by the weekend, we'll be back into the 70s and 80s. So about 2.5 days, we'll say, of the colder weather expected across northwest Florida. So that's the way things kind of stand, at least right now, when it comes to what's happening. So your forecast for tonight, temperatures steady into the upper 60s. Thunderstorms approaching as we head into tomorrow morning. Now, when we look at the winds are going to be breezy tonight out of the south and southwest, and that will pump in the moisture. But then notice Monday morning, cold front comes through, and then winds start really blowing out of the north and west across our area, and that continues to pump in that cold air, and you're going to feel that throughout Monday and on into Tuesday and Wednesday morning. By Wednesday afternoon, we start to warm things up a little bit, getting closer to 60 degrees. But there you see those northerly winds still blowing. Dew point temperatures, pay attention to this. A lot of moisture in the atmosphere, but then watch as the front comes through. Bam, just knocks that moisture out, and here comes the cold air, and that will again be filtering in as we move through the daytime on Monday. Low temperatures across northwest Florida. Now, this won't be when you wake up in the morning. It'll be milder when you wake up, and then we'll see temperatures fall over the course of the day. So a better representation, you see upper 60s there, and then falling down through the 50s by the afternoon hours. And by sunset, we'll probably see temperatures down into the 40s. Low temperatures Tuesday morning, again, flirting with freezing inland. As you get down close to the bays, you're into the mid to upper 30s. But north of the bays, expect to see 31, 32, 33 degrees. High temperatures Tuesday will be cold, only climbing up into the 50s as we see this briefly warm weather that we saw today get pushed out with this line of severe storms that's developing out to the west. So for our area right now, we're looking at a enhanced or slight risk of severe weather. So a level 2 or 3 across northwest Florida as we move through the overnight hours tonight, but mainly into tomorrow morning. The hail threat isn't 0, but it's not very high, about a 5% chance. The wind threat of seeing wind damage within, say, 25 miles where you are is 30%. Northern Okaloosa, Walton, Santa Rosa, and Escambia counties, we're at about a 15% chance elsewhere. When it comes to tornadoes, a higher threat up across Highway 20 and I-10, a 10% chance within 25 miles of where you are of seeing a tornado. The Brown area indicated by a 5% chance of that. So twice as likely up towards Highway 20 and 10. You can see the line of thunderstorms pushing through northwest Florida as we move through the morning hours. This is at 4:30 in the morning, sliding through Bay County and then points eastward. So by 8:30 in the morning, most of the thunderstorms are now east through Gulf County, Liberty County, and pushing over towards the Tallahassee area as that drier, more stable air mass begins to filter in. So as we look at our rainfall chances, again, quiet and then ramping up as we head into the morning hours as we make our way on into your morning hours of Monday. So watch as your rain chances gradually increase overnight tonight through 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, our highest rain chances, and then that activity pushes east as we make our way through 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, with drier air then filtering in over the course of the rest of the day. Futurecast shows, again, quiet weather, maybe a few spotty showers this evening. There's your cold front out to the west. As it pushes off to the east, you can see there's that line of showers and thunderstorms moving through Okaloosa and Walton counties by about 5:30 or so in the morning, pushing through Bay County. By 8:30 in the morning, we're looking at the thunderstorms moving into Liberty, Calhoun, and Gulf counties, and then racing to the east, maybe a couple lingering showers on the backside, but then everything clears out pretty quickly as high pressure builds in and that cold air filters in. That was the Barron 3K model. This is a look at the HER model. And as we move through the overnight hours, again, spotty showers, the line kind of entering the western panhandle through 4 and 5 o'clock in the morning, moving through Jackson and Bay counties through about 7 to 8 o'clock, so it's a little bit slower, and then points eastward towards Tallahassee by about 10 o'clock in the morning. So again, the HER model a little bit slower, the Barron model a little bit faster, so we need to give ourselves a little bit of leeway as far as the exact timing of this. Now, we have seen the overall timing kind of slowing down with these thunderstorms each and every model run. So when we talk about how much rainfall we can expect, I think on average, a quarter to a half inch of rainfall is a pretty good bet across our region. Here's your big trough of low pressure. It moves out. We see a ridge of high pressure start to build in by the end of the week as we see this warmer weather to the west spill in across our area. So by the end of the week, things are looking pretty good across Northwest Florida for at least the second half of the week. Temperature trend, again, coldest on Tuesday, a little bit warmer Wednesday, not bad by Thursday, and then Friday, Saturday, Sunday are all looking fantastic. So again, Tuesday, Wednesday morning, the coldest mornings, and after that, we'll see things begin to ramp up over the course of the rest of the week. As we look at the 6 to 10 day outlook period, we're expecting above average temperatures across Northwest Florida from the 21st through the 25th. Precipitation outlook is looking a little bit below average, so kind of a continuation of this pattern of above average temperatures and below average precipitation as we round out the month of March. We just got to get through a few cold days this week. You'll see in your 7-day forecast, best chance of showers and thunderstorms Monday. That's your only chance of showers and thunderstorms. Coldest mornings Tuesday and Wednesday, then a nice warm up as we head through the week and on into the weekend.
that small thing that keeps us focused.
A habit we never skip to clear our minds and elevate our performance.
But what do you do to keep your head in the game, to drown out that self-doubt and support your mental health? Because being your best isn't just about taking care of your body.
It's about taking care of your mind and your mental health.
Discover the resources that you need to keep your mind focused and your mental health a priority.
Hear that? That's the sound of your life. But every time you drive after drinking, the music gets drowned out. Buzz driving is drunk driving.
Well, get ready. Showers and thunderstorms are moving through northwest Florida tonight, and some of the storms could be on the severe side. The primary time frame is going to be late tonight into early on Monday morning. Temperatures tonight won't change a whole lot. We'll stay well up into the 60s. We'll see a strong southerly wind throughout the overnight hours tonight, and then that wind turns strong and out of the north and west as we move through the daytime on Monday, and that will usher in some very cold temperatures, talking about lows that could be near freezing come Tuesday morning for interior sections of the Panhandle. Meanwhile, we'll be talking mid to upper 30s down along the coastline. Not really much of a risk of a freeze there, but you see we are socked in with the moisture, very warm and humid conditions. And then here comes that front drying us out. And then we see those cold temperatures begin to filter in across our area as we head throughout Tuesday and Wednesday. The warm-up begins as we head into Thursday. So as far as low temperatures, now keep in mind, these aren't the low temperatures when you wake up in the morning. This is going to be, these will be your temperatures as we head through the daytime on Monday. We'll actually see falling temperatures over the course of the day. So the highest temperatures will be during the morning hours, and then we'll see those temperatures fall off over the course of the day. This probably shows you a better picture of what's going to be happening. Temperatures starting off mild in the morning, and then will drop over the course of the day. So by the afternoon hours, we'll be talking about temperatures into the 50s, and by sunset, we'll be dropping down into the 40s. Low temperatures Tuesday morning, flirting with freezing inland from the Chipola River Valley and across the I-10 corridor. Mid to upper 30s expected along the coastline. Feels like temperatures as you go through your Monday night into Tuesday morning. We'll see feels like temperatures dropping down into the 20s over most of our area. So even if you don't hit freezing, a lot of us are going to feel like freezing across our area on Tuesday morning. High temperatures Tuesday only climbing up into the mid-50s if we are lucky. Now, obviously, we have our rainfall Monday morning, but after that, we are pretty much smooth sailing over the course of the rest of the week. Our rainfall chances will continue to increase overnight tonight as that line of showers and thunderstorms progresses its way off towards the east. It has been slowing down as far as the timing, so we're looking at primarily the western part of the Panhandle, probably closer to like 3 to 4 o'clock in the morning, and then racing off towards the east, clearing to the east by about, we'll say about 9 o'clock or so in the morning. And there you go, the rain chances are gone. So as far as the severe weather threat, this is again, today actually continues into your Monday morning, goes until 7 o'clock. But you see we have an enhanced risk of severe weather across the Highway 20 and I-10 corridor, slight risk of severe weather elsewhere across our region. When we talk about the threat of hail, it's not very high. It's about a 5% chance across our area. The wind threat is going to be as high as 30%, mainly across northern Okaloosa, Escambia, and Santa Rosa counties, a little bit of Walton County up towards Paxton. The rest of our area, about a 15% chance of seeing damaging wind within about 25 miles of where you are. The tornado threat, highest across Highway 20 and I-10. That's about a 10% chance up there. And then we're at about a 5% chance elsewhere.